G'day guys, welcome back. We are back in reaction time. We're going to look at men versus women on Bear Grylls Island. So I've never seen this before. This is the men arrive on the first island, so we'll do a series on this. We'll see how they cope, see what they get up to. Um, I've got a feeling that the men will survive, the women won't. That's my general feeling. Just before we watch it, we'll see how my prediction goes. But I'm pretty sure after looking at my wife and my two daughters, when we need to do anything, it doesn't turn out the best. But anyway, if you like the video and doesn't cost you anything to be a survivor, just hit that little like button, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. Saves the pandas, saves the vegans, saves everybody. Alright, so let's get stuck into this. I'm pretty sure that the men are going to have problems though. Alright, so men also have the same issues when they get into a social system. There's definitely gonna be two guys that don't like each other, three guys that don't like each other. They're gonna either solve the problem physically or they will solve it mentally. And there's only two ways that can go. So they're either going to punch on, or one of them, or two of them, or all three of them are going to back down, and someone who we don't realize is the leader is going to come up. But very interesting to see the different physiology and the different psychology between the two groups. So let's start with the men.
Two uninhabited Pacific islands, more than 5,000 miles from the UK. One will be inhabited by 14 British men, while a separate island will be home to 14 British women. When pushed to the limits of human endurance.
Alright, so I've noticed something immediately just by looking at those two pictures of the men and looking at the women. The women look apprehensive, the men look keen. That's a huge thing in survival. Not that I'm a survival expert or anything like that, but I have lived in the middle of outback Australia for a lot of years. There are times when you are forced to survive, and just by looking at someone's face, you can tell their demeanor. Demure.
Will it be brute power or mental strength that wins the day? Who will have what it takes to stay alive? Tonight, we follow the men.
Alright, so you don't want to be in this situation at all, particularly on a tropical island, because everyone thinks, oh yeah, tropics, you're going to have lots of food, lots of it. No, it's actually quite harder. So you're better off being in a desert. The other thing that I'd like to say is that when the world blows themselves up with nuclear weapons, there's only going to be one people that are left, and they're the Aboriginal Australians. While we're all dying from radiation poisoning, they're going to be out there hunting kangaroo and goanna like nothing ever happened, because they're doing it right now. They don't have internet, they don't have phones, they don't have computers, they don't even know the rest of the world exists, and they're dealing with everything quite finely at the moment. But anyway, we're going to fast forward through this. Let's get to who we've got.
Hunt for their own food.
We've just caught a prehistoric animal.
You lazy bum! modern day men got what it takes to survive.
Alright, now that is very important because I would say 95% of men would not. Me included. There's a special type of person that needs to be able to do this. And I'd say 90, I'd even go further. 98% of people, I don't care whether you're a woman or a man, would struggle big time in this situation. I can't live without air conditioning. Yeah. But I do think that maybe the 1% of the men, I don't think 100% of modern women would survive. Even my wife's pretty resourceful, comes from a poor background in the Philippines. They're resourceful people. I think in a situation like that, I think even my wife would struggle. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to say 2% survive of the men and 100% of the women don't. And I think with the women, it might turn ugly real quick. Whereas it might turn ugly after 2 weeks or 3 weeks with the men. I hope they don't kill each other. Alright, so this dude here is a problem. I can already tell he's a problem. And the dude that was yelling out before, "Come and get it, you motherfuckers," he's a problem. I'm going to go, this dude's a problem, and that dude is a problem. But anyway, we'll see what happens.
That's the hardest thing I've done.
But he looks like a builder or something.
I personally don't think men are as strong now as they were, I wouldn't even say 50 years ago.
Alright, so his job is car sales. But he looks like a resourceful fucker. And he's 58 and he looks as good as he does. He's a dude.
Even 5 years ago.
He doesn't look 58, he looks 38.
Interesting question to ask, actually.
He's got a bit of up and go about him, this dude.
Yeah, it'd be nice to think I've come off the island feeling a little bit more macho, a little bit more alpha male.
Alright. Scary good looking. Looks pussy. But I think there's a bit of grit under this dude. So, Barney, what is he? 20, oh, he's a paramedic. Oh, so he's seen shit. He knows what he's going to do. If I want to be stuck on an island with some dude, I want to be stuck on an island with a paramedic, because these dudes go through shit every day. So I think you could put anything in front of this dude and he'll know what to do.
A little more popular with the ladies.
I'm about to abandon these men on a remote Pacific island to see if they can survive. They will be utterly alone.
My eldest lad's 19, he's at university. He only needs me for money and a lift. And
Cleaning facilities manager, so Vic, pretty handy dude to have around. If you're a cleaner and you do cleaning for a living and you look after your family by cleaning, handy dude. But he was also the one that was yelling at other people. So he's a watch.
the youngest one's too cool to hang around with Dad. My dream is for them guys to go, "That's my dad, that's fantastic, my dad did that."
I don't think I've done anything that's put myself at risk, really.
Alright, pretty boy, not going to make it. I'm sorry. talk the talk, but I don't think he'll
I'm
walk the
scared
walk.
when you're sticking a graphic designer on an island with no other skills whatsoever.
Alright, so he's already says he's scared, so not gonna happen.
Anything could happen.
These 14 ordinary men do not know each other, and they have no experience of living in the wild.
At the moment, I don't enjoy day-to-day life. I've got a stressful job.
Oh, shit. Alright, so now we've got a building site manager who's tough as a coffin nail. So he's not going to take any shit. He's 36, he's in the prime of his life. He's not going to be putting up with anybody's shit, so he's going to cause some problems. He's not, when you're on a building site, you do as I say, not do as we say. So he's going to want everything his own way, and no one else is going to get in his way because he's a big dude. So he's not going to handle anyone else questioning his authority.
I've got a newborn baby at home. I want to go on the island to get away from the day-to-day bullshit.
I think everyone in life does take certain things for granted. Electricity when you turn on the light, having a warm shower, having breakfast. When it's not there and you wake up in the morning.
Alright, now Charlie's 32, he's a farmer, so automatically we've got a benefit there. So not only does this dude know how to live, but he also knows how to manage, he knows how to think ahead, think about the future. Alright, that's what farming's all about. So yeah, I'd love to know what kind of farmer he was, but anyway. Alright, so this dude's going to be pretty handy around the shed. Charlie, 32, will be handy.
Morning and go, where's the next meal coming from? It's a man test, isn't it?
Okay, guys, we're getting closer. You are very remote here. The next stop that way is New Zealand. What I want to find out is
You
how
don't want to
this
go there.
conditioning that civilization has experienced over the last 50 years made us totally lose touch with that survival instinct that I believe is deep within us all. Okay, guys, I need you to be my eyes for any rocks. There are loads of rocks here. It takes an extreme situation to find out what people are really made of. What you're about to embark on, it will be the toughest thing you will ever do. You can do this, all right? You can do it. The men's home for the next 6 weeks is an uninhabited island in a remote Pacific archipelago. The 11 kilometers of coastline is dominated by treacherous cliffs and rocky headlands.
Alright, so what I'm hoping to see, I'm hoping for them to get their shit organised straight away. So I know men, I've been around men all my life. I've been in situations not like this exactly, but I've been in similar situations. The first thing is to find out who the leader is, work out what we need, work out who the hell can do what and who does it the best. So I would be, I don't know how many there are, 15 or something like that. I would be automatically working out who's the strongest and then listening to them. So we need water, we need fire, we need shelter, we need food. And then partitioning whoever into whatever group they want to do. That's what I'd be doing.
Vicious swells and powerful ocean currents means there's no easy way onto the island. I'm going to try and get you guys as close as I can, alright? But you will end up swimming. If any of you guys are weak swimmers, it is a good time to say.
I've never swum this distance before, not even in a swimming pool, but I will get there. I will get there.
Age won't stop me doing this. Not often in one's life someone actually challenges your morals, challenges you physically, and this does. That's why I want to do it.
Who can't swim confidently? Confident with unconfident, yeah?
Let's go. make the 75-metre swim to the island fully clothed.
Help each other, help those who are weaker. Let's go, let's go.
Strong undercurrents mean the men need to get to shore as quickly as possible.
Get in! Go, get out of the water.
Alright, so a big dude like that, the big black guy. Alright, so a lot of men might look at that and go, oh, well, what? He can't even swim? Yeah, but swimming is not about, is like as an Australian, we learn how to swim when we're kids, but we learn how to swim in the surf. We don't learn how to swim in the pool. And there's a whole different ball game when you're in the ocean compared to swimming in a nice little paddle pool. Alright, so most people learn how to swim in a pool. Most Australian kids learn how to swim in the surf. And it's not really about the energy, it's not really about the physicality, it's about the mental. And at any point, you can be sucked, dragged, moved, under, up, whatever. So I can understand that dude. He looks like a big tough man, but being scared of water is nothing, I understand that, because it can be a frightful experience. And you only need to stuff up for 20 seconds and you can die.
Water, go, go, go.
That was the damnedest thing I ever did. Glad you were there. Oh, I couldn't have got much further.
But that's only a taster of what we got to come then.
Bring it on, Mother Nature.
Hey, what are you doing?
Well, the advice is to save your own piss, which is a bit unnerving.
Alright, so we're only 20 minutes into this adventure and they're already bonding, which is a good sign. Alright, you need, in a situation like this, you need to look after each other. Because I don't care how good a man you are or how strong you are or what you can do or whatever, you need to have help. And at some point something's going to happen to you and you need to rely on your mate or you need to rely on your mates. Yeah. So a simple slip on a rock can put you out of action for a week, but you need to rely on someone else to help you out. That's how humans got through. It's cooperation.
With only 2 days survival training, initiative will be key.
Essentially, it's water, isn't it?
Is that your piss?
Not save everything around here.
Save your piss.
Alright, so these guys, this guy's the paramedic. Alright, I think he's just taking the piss at the moment because you've been on the island for 20 minutes and you're already saving your piss. I don't think you need to do that. I think there's plenty of water on the island that you just need to go find. So the younger guys are doing this. I don't think the older guys would be doing this. They'd be thinking about how to find water.
Drink our own piss? I hope not.
So they look a bit like a bunch of drowned rats at the moment. Kind of let the chaos begin. But what I do know is when I return in 6 weeks' time, the 14 men, if there's still 14 men there, which to be honest, I doubt, the men that do remain will be changed.
It's time for me and the crew to leave.
Alright, so there's 14 of them. Well, I don't think they'll kill each other, but I'd be going down to 8, maybe. Of all the instances in history where you're in this situation where you have, like, I don't know, Pitcairn Island or you've got Norfolk Island or something, they end up killing each other. Maybe because there's no women. That might be a little bit different, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to end up with 14. They'll probably end up with half that. They'll start whittling through who's valuable and who's not.
We won't be back until the end of the experiment. For the next 6 weeks, the men will have to live entirely on their own wits.
To make sure these men at least have a fighting chance of survival, I've ensured the island's got enough water, indigenous animals and vegetation on it to keep them alive.
It's teeming with wildlife.
But what they've got to have is the ingenuity to find it, catch it and kill it.
What's your name, mate? Paul. I'm Ross. Paul, hello Ross, all right.
From here on in, everything you see will be filmed by the men themselves.
Why don't we get everybody together and then we're just all talking, we'll work out.
Alright, so here's the building site manager. He's going to do exactly the right thing and get everyone together and have split everyone up into what they're good at doing. But he's already taken the initiative that he's the boss.
Something that we're going to do, and then we're all going to be heading that way, I'm assuming anyway, because it looks a little bit safer than this. It'll be dark soon.
Come on, lads, let's make use of some of this energy while we've got it.
All of the men will film, but 4 of the group are trained and experienced camera operators.
I'm Ross. Sam. How you doing, mate?
Who'll be living under exactly the same conditions as everyone else.
Oh, I'm like a fucking mule horse, aren't I? The brains of a donkey.
Obviously, because we are having to film everything ourselves, we've got to cart all of like the camera gear, batteries and everything with us.
Let's get on with it. Fuck's sake, this is survival, not Good Morning Britain.
As well as the camera equipment, they'll have a medical kit, 2 jerry cans containing a day's supply of water, basic fishing equipment, and a handful of tools.
Guys, how many knives do we have? Let's count them in.
3 knives, 3 machetes. Fine. 3 knives, that's easy.
Let's all gather round in one group, guys.
I'm Barney, and I'm a paramedic from Leicester.
Oh, I'm Andy Bennett, builder from Milton Keynes.
We've got a fucking builder, everybody!
Alright, so that's not a good sign. Automatically we've got a builder, and now we have a building site manager. Now, I've worked on building sites for most of my life. That's not a good mix. Alright, I've seen plenty of Barneys, plenty of fights, plenty of everything, plenty of arguments. When you have the builder comes on site and you have the building site manager. Generally it's better for the builder just to fuck off. Yeah, he's paying for it, yeah, oh yeah, all that sort of stuff. Just let the building site manager do what he does best. That's the general thing, and then most of the workers underneath will also support him instead of the builder. So that's not a good dynamic. I'm sure that they did this for a reason. But this dude's a paramedic, so they'd be pretty happy about that.
Let's hope he's not a cowboy.
My name's Piers, I am a doctor.
Even better, got a doctor.
And I'm a website consultant.
Alright, that's going to be a quiet reaction there, Kyle. But you got to be in IT, you got to be resourceful, you've got to think outside the box. So these guys don't realise this at the moment, but he will probably come in handy, because to work in computers you've got to be, you've got to have high IQ. So, but traditionally you wouldn't, they won't think this is great.
My name's Paul. I invented the dice. I'm a construction contracts manager.
Well, that's not great for the builder.
With only 2 hours of daylight remaining, the men's priority has to be finding a safe place to shelter.
So what we can see, what's going to happen now is that the old dude who's the builder, he's going to want to build something, and Paul, who's the construction site manager, whatever the fuck that is, they're going to come to blows. For sure.
For the night. If they can't, they'll have to sleep rough on the jungle floor, alongside potentially deadly scorpions, snakes, and caiman crocodiles.
We're assuming that the north side of the island would be nice, beachy, sandy, flat seas.
Paul thinks the group's best option is a beach.
Let's go.
And he's convinced they have time to cross the island to find one before dark.
Who else was imagining sunny beaches when they thought about coming out here?
These trees here are very sharp.
Oh! There you go. I believe it will now be referred to as the porcupine tree. Vicious.
The interior of the island is 3 square kilometres of mangrove swamp and unbroken jungle. And I know from experience
The moving through dense island undergrowth is slow, exhausting work. You'll do all you can to stop you in your tracks. And often the harder you push, the harder it pushes back.
Whoa, stop!
There's a snake down here. It's a boa, isn't it? Take its head off if it's a decent size, mate. Get stuck in.
Is anyone going to help me? I'm trying to carry a bag and a machete and kill a snake.
He's looking pretty aggressive.
He's coiling, isn't he?
Need a long stick just to put on its head. Mind your... No, don't do that, for fuck's sake.
Listen, should we just throw this case on it?
No.
Part of me thinks, should we just leave it?
Didn't even flinch, did it?
Yeah, let's keep going. And if we don't get out of this shrub...
What? It's fucking food, man. Fucking cut it. It's only a python. Cut its fucking head off and eat it.
We're going to be sleeping here tonight. It ain't safe and it's not cool.
With just an hour to go until nightfall, the men have covered barely 400 metres.
Paul,
Yes.
you gonna come and get a drink?
The darker it's getting, the more it's getting a little bit worrying.
Tap on it when you're done.
Somehow I've fallen into chief navigator mode, but I'm on it.
My days are very stressful.
It really doesn't fucking matter. I don't give a fuck.
A lot of the time I think that most people are fucking idiots.
We've not even made any ground. And we're all fucked.
Joe, stop Randy and help you. He's carrying a really awkward. He's got a really awkward box on his own. I know it's a ball ache kid, but you're carrying one of the fucking easiest things in the world, as heavy as it is. I know it's heavy.
I'm a fuck, pal. No, I'm not.
But it's the easy.
You want to carry this bag? It's fucked. I'll swap you now, mate, if you want.
Alright, so Vic is the leader now. Alright, this dude looks like he walked through a brick wall for his kids. This guy's struggling. The kids are struggling. Interesting dynamic already.
At the front, Paul pushes on, despite the group's growing descent.
Have we got lights in those cameras, Sam?
Bit of infrared.
How you doing, mate? Some people ain't playing ball.
In what way? What do you mean?
Cracking on with fuck all, you know?
Alright, so here we go. We've already started with the builder and the leader. Alright, so this dude's not going to like Paul or whatever his name is. Alright, he's used to telling other people what to do, not fucking being told what to do, so... But he looks like he's doing the right thing. He's carrying lots. How old is he? 51. Yeah, I don't think he's going to last.
We could all do that, like a hero with a machete. Come on, fuck's sake. I know we all want to get on, but you've got to think of everybody else now. We're a team. You can't just be selfish, you know?
Oh, there's a bit of light, look.
Alright, so, but if he leads them to a beach, they're all going to fucking perk up real quick. And then they're going to turn on the old dude.
This is amazing.
I found the sea.
Alright, so this is the thing about being a man, is that sometimes you just got to make a decision, and most times you don't even know what the result's going to be. You just do it, and then you hope for the best. But if you're in a situation like this where everyone's relying on you, yeah, so I do it with my wife, I do it with my kids, I do it all the time, you know. I can only assume the best or think about what might happen, and I can only use what I know. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. So in a survival situation with a group of men like this, the best thing to happen is to get a result. If you didn't get the result, shit would happen real quick. But the best thing to do in that situation is just to suck it up and go, alright, forget about it. Let's do it next time. Because it's not just this dude who's going to make a decision. Someone else in this group's going to make a decision. And there's nothing more important than knowing that every single one behind you has your back. Because sometimes you make a mistake. Sometimes you make a bad decision, but it's just a great feeling to know that all the guys behind you are with you.
Come on! Boy, boy! Come on! Booyah! Beach! Pina coladas.
Alright, so this dude's feeling pretty happy about himself because he just led a group of men through a forest. Yeah, got him to the beach, got him to a nice place. So he's thinking to himself, he's not thinking what everyone else is thinking. He's thinking, thank Christ I got this here. Well, I got us here because they were going to machete me to death. Alright, so there's a whole men think differently to women, but anyway, that's what this dude's thinking. Thank Christ for that, otherwise my whole standing in the tribe is gone.
That's the hardest thing I've done.
I never thought I'd be so happy to see the beach in my entire life.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Fuck.
Nice one, mate.
Never doubted myself. Never underestimate your own abilities.
The sun's just beginning to set, so we're just in time, and everyone is on such a high right now. That's a whale! It's a whale!
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. We're stood here watching the sunset, and there's whales swimming past us. Pretty cool. Don't get that often, do you?
Alright, so we're going to leave it there, guys. So I think just initially they're not going to end up with 14. They're going to end up with half the people. I'm thinking the builder and the building site are not going to make it. The young kid is not going to make it. I think he's going to fall apart. He's already falling apart already. Who's the cleaner? The cleaner will definitely make it because you need balls of strength to clean toilets. He will make it. I particularly like the old black dude. He's going to make it. He's got strength. The paramedic's going to make it. I'm not so sure on the doctor. Maybe. I might be a little bit surprised about the IT guy. I think the IT guy is going to go a bit wayward. He might make it for the first couple of weeks, and then I think he might get a bit homesick. Who else was there? I don't know what the other guys' jobs were. But anyway, I can see the dynamic already. The dynamic between the builder and the building site manager. It's not going to end pretty. So let's hope that they don't machete each other. But anyway, this will be series 1 or part 1, and we'll keep going with the men and then we'll swap over to the women. But if you like the video, if you like my observation, make sure you leave a comment like normal. Make sure that you like and subscribe. It costs you nothing. It helps out Bear Grylls. It helps out the pandas. It helps out me. It helps out the whales, whatever. But anyway, until next time, look after yourself. Have a Merry Christmas. And we'll catch you in the next one. Salada.